it is time for Wellness Wednesday. Protein is everywhere right now, from the shakes and the bars to the powders and the pastas. But with all of that hype, it comes with a lot of confusion as well. Like, how much protein do we actually really need? Or are we getting too much or too little? Or how do I measure it? The list goes on. So this morning, dietitian Whitney Stuart is here to help us break down those myths surrounding protein. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
I'm so glad you're here. This is
Me too.
This is my Pilates girl. We're buddies. We go to the same Pilates spot. So I know, and I can trust you. You've got that good nutrition. So why do you think there's so much confusion when it comes to protein consumption? Because I know protein has been around for quite a while, especially for working out.
Yeah, so the recommendations early on showed that the RDA says 0.8 grams per kilogram that we need, which is only to prevent deficiency. And so I think individuals who are using a science-based approach say, okay, as long as I get 0.8 grams, I'm doing good. But really, research shows for optimal health, we need more like 1.2 to 1.6. So we might be trying, but putting effort in the wrong area of knowing about how much we actually need per meal to feel our best.
Now tell me, is it different for men and women? I know you said about 1.2 to 1.6. Is that the range of it?
So it's actually for all genders. We want to use that amount. We find that with men, we may be bigger, we may have more muscle, and so that may account for needing more protein, but in general, that amount applies to both genders.
Okay, great. So let's talk about some common mistakes, right?
Yeah.
Because I know tons of people, especially when we were in college, like we wanted to be the workout girlies and we were just dumping protein in the shakes, you know what I mean? So what are some mistakes that people make when it comes to protein?
Such a good question. I find that my patients are oftentimes looking for protein in foods that aren't inherently protein rich. Like they're using peanut butter. We would have to eat a whole half cup of peanut butter and 800 calories to get a serving's worth that a small serving of chicken would give us.
Really?
Black beans, same thing, not a complete protein, great source of fiber, but we want to be calorie efficient when it comes to our protein, and highly biological value options like Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, skyr, we're not seeing that in plant-based options. So we want to read our labels to be confident in that.
Yes, indeed. Okay, so I have so many questions in everything that you just said. So let's start at the beginning. Can you first tell us what is not a good protein? What should we maybe be avoiding at the grocery store?
Absolutely. So when we always want to look at our labels, but really we want to make sure when we're looking on the label that it's giving us a large amount, about 40%.
Okay.
So my hot tip is 1 gram of protein for every 10 calories. So if it says 150, there should be at least 15 grams of protein.
Ooh.
You just take that 0 off.
Okay, everybody write that down. That was a really good note.
200 calories, 20 grams of protein. 330.
Got it.
If there's only 5 grams and it says protein on the front, that's not a protein food.
Okay, we'll make sure we avoid that. Now, let's talk about some of the good proteins that we have on the table. You said this one right here is actually going viral on TikTok.
Yes,
let's
this
talk
is a
about
Japanese cheesecake bowl, but I have added, you go for it.
I was
have
gonna say,
added
I have to
a
taste
berry
it.
chia compote because I want fiber in there too. Protein and fiber together is what keeps you full. But this is like a graham cracker, so it's gonna be like cakey. So good. We have 30 grams of protein in that bowl and your daily
That's
your
delicious.
fiber for that meal.
Oh my gosh. Because usually, I'm gonna be honest, usually the healthy stuff is not the most appetizing. That was
I'm
good.
trying to show easy combinations here of things that you can grab. Cottage cheese is so easy to grab, complete protein. Chicken you can grab easily. I love the little snack containers of chicken that you can get now because, I mean, honestly, we're catering sad salads at work. So I keep protein in the fridge that I can throw on top so that I'm not just having leafy greens, I need some staying power from that protein too.
Very good. Okay, and I love that you said some things are already prepackaged. It does not have to be difficult.
It's 2026.
Okay.
Like, we can be convenient. I got
easy.
these at Target. Like, we don't have to be hard about it. And that's a mental block sometimes, is we think it's gonna be too hard for me to get protein today, so I'm not gonna try. You can grab something easily out of the refrigerated section, ready to go for you.
There we go. You know what? It's so easy to throw into the kids' lunch boxes as well.
Oh my
Get
gosh,
the kids
like
some protein
a
as
little
well.
snack pack, a little skewer. I do skewers for my kiddos. They're not going to eat salad, but if I give it a fun approach, they're more likely to use those kebabs.
Nice. Okay, I want to get to over here because carbs is where we start to get into the nitty gritty.
Okay, so this is a high protein pasta. So this is 20 grams. That little amount gives us 20 grams of protein, and it also gives us fiber. Another hot tip, so this is
I knew this was a fish wife. Yeah, I saw the packaging. I was like, fish wife?
Ever.
I love fish wife.
Yeah, so fish wife, kaizen, fond bone broth, you can cook your pasta in for a little boost of extra protein.
Oh, nice.
I keep True Story in my fridge, and those sources, like a meat stick, I keep this in my purse jerky.
Easy peasy, just pull it out.
Yeah.
Got a snack, because that's the main way you fall off the wagon, right? Is when you don't have anything that is
Packed,
fitting your
ready
journey exactly and ready to go
for the the day.
So easy to fall off the wagon and hit Chick-fil-A or whatever's closest, you know?
Okay, I think it's just as easy to stop at the grocery store and get a meat stick or a thing of chicken or a rotisserie chicken or a little snack pack from True Story, because it is 2026.
Yeah.
And if we just need to change our mindset that fast food really isn't that fast.
It's not. You still got to wait there a little bit. You could go
Not in
into the gas
Texas.
station.
Chick-fil-A takes much longer than running into the grocery store.
I love it. Very good tips this morning. You taught us how to read the labels and also what to look for at the store. Tell us, if we have more questions or we want more tips, where can we find you?
Yeah, so evidence-based solutions is always my goal. I put together a whole blog post with these recipes and other resources on how to read a label. So if you are confused, you can go to witnessnutrition.com and grab all those details.
There we go. Whitney, thank you so much for
Thanks
being
for
here this
coming.
morning and getting us on the right track in 2026.